Why the TVA's collapse is the perfect opportunity for Doom's rise to power. Is the chaos we're seeing really Kang's fault? Or is it a setup? How Doom's comic book history makes him the ultimate multiversal puppet master. Does his expertise in time travel and deception give him the edge to outsmart the TVA? What clues in Deadpool and Wolverine hint at a threat bigger than Kang? Could a mysterious line about something worse, consuming timelines, point straight to Doom? How Doom could transform the TVA into his personal weapon. Imagine a TVA rebuilt in Doom's image, curating realities for his own twisted vision. Are there hidden breadcrumbs in the MCU that Marvel's been planting all along? Is Kang just a distraction, while Doom waits for his moment to strike? By the end of Loki Season 2, the Time Variance Authority is a mess. The sacred timeline, once tightly controlled, is fracturing. Kang variants are popping up everywhere, each with their own agenda, and the multiverse is teetering on the edge of total collapse. Sylvie's decision to kill He Who Remains unleashes a tidal wave of chaos, and the TVA's mission to prune rogue timelines and maintain order feels like a lost cause. On the surface, this looks like Kang's doing. After all, he's the one who built the TVA to enforce his vision of a single, controlled timeline. But what if we're looking at the wrong villain? Enter Victor Von Doom, a character who thrives in moments of crisis. In the comics, Doom is no stranger to exploiting chaos. Whether it's toppling governments, outsmarting cosmic beings like the Beyonder, or reshaping entire realities, Doom sees disorder as an opportunity to impose his order. The TVA's collapse isn't just a problem, it's the perfect canvas for Doom's ambition. But why would Doom target the TVA, and how could he pull it off? First, let's talk about motive. The TVA's core function is to maintain a sacred timeline, pruning branches to prevent multiversal chaos. This system, while flawed, keeps the multiverse in check. But for someone like Doom, a stable multiverse is an obstacle. In the comics, particularly in Secret Wars 2015, Doom doesn't just react to multiversal collapse, he engineers it. By weakening realities and allowing incursions, collisions between universes, to escalate, Doom creates a power vacuum that he fills by forging Battleworld, a patchwork reality where he rules as a god. The TVA's collapse mirrors this scenario almost too perfectly. A destabilized multiverse, flooded with rogue timelines and warring Kang variants, is exactly the kind of environment Doom needs to step in and seize control. Now you might be thinking, isn't Kang the one causing all this chaos? That's what the TVA believes, and it's what Loki wants us to think. But what if Kang is just a scapegoat? Doom is a master of misdirection. In the comics, he's manipulated heroes and villains alike, letting others take the blame while he works in the shadows. What if Doom is subtly amplifying Kang's chaos, pushing the TVA to the breaking point? Imagine Doom planting seeds of doubt among TVA agents, leaking false intel about Kang variants, or even sabotaging the TVA's timeline monitoring tech. The result? A distracted TVA too busy chasing Kang to notice the real threat. But why would Doom want the TVA to fail? Simple. A broken TVA is a vulnerable TVA. If Doom can dismantle the organization's ability to police the multiverse, he gains access to its resources, its technology, its knowledge, its agents. The TVA isn't just a bureaucratic office. It's a multiversal powerhouse with the ability to monitor, manipulate, and destroy entire realities. For Doom, that's a goldmine. By letting Kang take the fall, Doom can swoop in as the savior, offering to restore order while secretly repurposing the TVA for his own ends. Let's explore this further. In Secret Wars, Doom doesn't just destroy realities, he absorbs them, stitching together fragments to create his ideal world. The TVA's collapse could be the first step in a similar plan. By destabilizing the multiverse, Doom creates a chaotic soup of timelines that he can mold into his vision of Battleworld. The TVA's pruning tech, which deletes entire realities, could be reverse engineered to preserve specific timelines, curating them for Doom's empire. The TVA's agents, trained to enforce order, could become his enforcers, loyal to his cause. This isn't just a takeover. It's a transformation of the TVA into a tool of absolute power. So, how does Doom pull this off without anyone noticing? That brings us to his skill set, which we'll dive into next. But before we move on, ask yourself, is the TVA's collapse really just bad luck? Or is someone orchestrating it from behind the scenes? Could Doom already be one step ahead of everyone including us. If Dr. Doom is behind the TVA's collapse, he's not doing it by brute force. Doom isn't Thanos, smashing his way through obstacles. He's a strategist, a genius who combines intellect, sorcery, and deception to outmaneuver his enemies. To understand how Doom could dismantle the TVA, we need to break down his unique skill set and why it makes him the ultimate multiversal saboteur. First, let's talk about Doom's mastery of time travel. In the comics, Doom has built time machines, manipulated temporal energies, and even battled across different eras. His Doom Time platform, introduced in Fantastic Four number 5, allows him to navigate timelines with precision. The TVA relies on its own time travel tech to monitor and prune branches, but Doom's expertise could easily rival or surpass theirs. Imagine Doom hacking into the TVA's systems, altering their timeline data, or creating paradoxes that overload their pruning algorithms. The TVA's tech is advanced, but Doom's intellect is unmatched. If anyone could crack their defenses, it's him. Second, Doom is a multiversal navigator. In Secret Wars and other stories, he's traveled across dimensions, battled alternate versions of himself, and manipulated the fabric of reality. The TVA operates in a liminal space outside of time, but that's not a barrier for Doom. He's infiltrated secure realms before, like the Beyonders domain in Secret Wars, 1984. Sneaking into the TVA, whether physically or through mystical means, would be child's play for him. Once inside, Doom could plant false evidence, impersonate key figures, or even pose as a Kang variant to sow discord. The TVA's obsession with Kang would blind them to Doom's presence. Third, Doom's strategic deception is his greatest weapon. He's not just a scientist or a sorcerer. He's a manipulator who plays the long game. In Avengers, The Children's Crusade, Doom orchestrates a complex scheme to steal the Scarlet Witch's reality-altering powers, all while pretending to be an ally. The TVA, already stretched thin by Kang's variants, would be an easy target for this kind of subterfuge. Picture Doom feeding the TVA false intel about Kang's plans, causing them to misallocate resources or prune the wrong timelines. Every misstep weakens the TVA, bringing it closer to collapse. But could Doom really infiltrate the TVA without being detected? Let's consider the organization's vulnerabilities. The TVA is bureaucratic, rigid, and overly reliant on its tech. In Loki, we see how easily Sylvie, a single variant, exposes its flaws. Now imagine Doom, someone with centuries of experience, limitless resources, and a vendetta against any system that doesn't bow to him. He wouldn't need to storm the TVA's headquarters. He could manipulate events from afar, using proxies, magic, or even Doombots, his robotic doubles, to carry out his plans. There's another angle to consider: Doom's charisma. Unlike Kang, who rules through fear, Doom commands loyalty. In the comics, his subjects in Latveria worship him, and he swayed even hardened heroes to his side. If Doom infiltrated the TVA, he could turn agents against each other, planting doubts about their mission or their leadership. The TVA's morale is already low. By the end of Loki Season 2, agents like Mobius are questioning their purpose. Doom could exploit that, recruiting disillusioned agents to his cause or turning them into unwitting pawns. Now, let's address a potential counter-argument. The TVA is staffed with powerful beings, and its tech is designed to detect anomalies. Wouldn't they notice Doom's interference? Not necessarily. Doom's sorcery, honed under the tutelage of figures like Morgan Le Fay, gives him an edge. He could cloak his actions, mask his presence, or even rewrite his own timeline to evade detection. Plus, the TVA's focus on Kang creates a blind spot. They're so busy tracking variants that they wouldn't suspect a new player, especially one as subtle as Doom. So, Doom has the skills, the motive, and the opportunity. But is there any evidence in the MCU that he's already at work? That's where Deadpool and Wolverine comes in, and we'll explore those clues next. For now, ask yourself, if Doom is this good at staying hidden, how many moves has he already made without us noticing? So far, we've established why the TVA's collapse is a golden opportunity for Doom, and how his skills make him the perfect saboteur. But is there any concrete evidence in the MCU that points to his involvement? While Loki Season 2 keeps the focus on Kang, Deadpool and Wolverine drops a tantalizing hint that suggests a bigger threat lurking in the shadows. Let's break it down. In Deadpool and Wolverine, A rogue TVA agent delivers a cryptic line about something worse consuming timelines. On the surface, this could refer to Kang or his variants, who are pruning timelines to maintain their dominance. But Kang's MO is control, not consumption. He prunes to preserve his sacred timeline, not to devour realities. Dr. Doom, on the other hand, fits the description perfectly. In the comics, Doom doesn't just destroy timelines, he absorbs them, reshaping their fragments to suit his vision. Secret Wars 2015 shows him doing exactly this, forging Battleworld from the remnants of collapsed universes. This line in Deadpool and Wolverine is a red flag. It suggests a threat that operates on a scale beyond Kang's ambitions. Kang wants to rule the multiverse. Doom wants to become it. If Doom is behind the TVA's collapse, he's not just breaking the system, he's harvesting its pieces. The timelines that the TVA can no longer protect become raw material for Doom's grand design. Every pruned reality, every fractured universe, is another building block for his Battleworld. But why would Marvel drop such a subtle hint? Because that's how they operate. The MCU loves planting seeds that pay off years later. Think of Thanos' cameo in Avengers 2012, or the Tesseract's significance in Captain America, the first Avenger. The something worse line could be Marvel's way of teasing Doom's presence without showing their hand. By keeping the focus on Kang, they're setting up a classic misdirection, letting audiences assume he's the big bad while Doom works in the background. There's another clue in Deadpool and Wolverine that supports this theory: the idea of a new temporal authority. Rumors, unconfirmed but persistent, suggest that the film's post-credit scene hints at a restructured TVA, one no longer tied to Kang's influence. If true, this could be a massive clue. A new TVA free of Kang's control would be ripe for the taking. Doom wouldn't need to destroy the TVA outright. He could infiltrate it, reshape its mission, and turn it into his personal multiversal police force. Imagine a TVA that doesn't prune timelines for balance, but curates them for Doom's Battleworld, enforcing his rule across realities. Let's dig deeper into this idea. The TVA's infrastructure, its tech, its agents, its access to every timeline, makes it an unparalleled asset. Kang used it to maintain his sacred timeline, but Doom's vision is bigger. He doesn't want one timeline. He wants all of them, unified under his rule. By seizing the TVA, Doom could monitor and manipulate every reality, ensuring that no one hero, villain, or cosmic entity could challenge his dominion. This would be the ultimate power grab, turning a flawed but well-meaning organization into a tool of tyranny. But is this just speculation, or are there other breadcrumbs in the MCU? Let's consider Avengers: Infinity War. While Doom hasn't appeared on screen, the film's themes of sacrifice and control echo his philosophy. Thanos believes he's saving the universe by enforcing balance. Doom believes he's saving it by enforcing his will. The TVA's collapse could be the next step in a similar ideology, with Doom positioning himself as the multiverse's savior. If Marvel is building toward Avengers: Secret Wars, as many suspect, Doom's involvement in the TVA's downfall would be a natural setup. Before we move on, let's address a counterpoint. Some might argue that the something worse line is too vague to pin on Doom. Without direct evidence, like a cameo or a name drop, it's hard to prove he's involved. Fair enough. But Marvel's history of subtle foreshadowing suggests they don't need to spell it out. The Kang focus could be a deliberate distraction, keeping us from noticing Doom's shadow looming over the multiverse. Ask yourself, if Doom is already active, what other clues have we missed? We've seen why the TVA's collapse benefits Doom, how his skills make him a perfect saboteur, and what clues in Deadpool and Wolverine hint at his involvement. Now, let's take this theory to its logical conclusion. What would a Doom-controlled TVA look like? And how would it serve his ultimate goal? In the comics, Doom's greatest triumph is Secret Wars 2015, where he forges Battleworld, a patchwork reality made from the fragments of collapsed universes. Battleworld isn't just a planet. It's a multiversal construct, with Doom as its god king. Every region, every timeline, every reality bends to his will. To achieve this, Doom doesn't just destroy realities. He curates them, selecting the pieces that fit his vision and discarding the rest. The TVA, with its ability to monitor, prune, and manipulate timelines, is the perfect tool for this kind of project. Imagine a TVA under Doom's control. Instead of pruning timelines to maintain a sacred timeline, it would prune them to build Battleworld. The TVA's tech, which can erase entire realities with a button press, could be repurposed to preserve specific timelines, stitching them together into Doom's ideal multiverse. The TVA's agents, trained to enforce order, could become his enforcers, patrolling realities to ensure compliance. Even the TVA's bureaucracy, with its rigid hierarchy, could be molded to reflect Doom's authoritarian style. But how would Doom take over the TVA? One possibility is infiltration. As we discussed, Doom's skills in deception and multiversal navigation make him a master of subtle manipulation. He could pose as a high-ranking TVA official, a Kang variant, or even a new figure offering to fix the organization's problems. The TVA, desperate for stability after Kang's chaos, might welcome him with open arms, unaware of his true intentions. Another possibility is coercion. Doom's charisma and intellect make him a natural leader. In the comics, he's turned enemies into allies through sheer force of will. Disillusioned TVA agents, like Mobius or B-15, could be swayed by Doom's promise of a better multiverse, one free of Kang's tyranny. Of course, Doom's better multiverse is just a euphemism for his own empire, but his silver tongue could make it sound convincing. What would a Doom-led TVA do? First, it would prioritize Doom's vision over balance. Timelines that align with his ideology, those where order, control, and Doom's rule are paramount, would be preserved. Timelines that resist, like those dominated by heroes or rival villains, would be pruned without mercy. The TVA's pruning sticks, once used to maintain stability, could become weapons of conquest, erasing any reality that defies Doom's will. Second, a Doom-led TVA would expand its scope. The current TVA focuses on preventing timeline branches, but Doom's TVA could actively create them, experimenting with realities to find the perfect components for Battleworld. Imagine Doom using the TVA's tech to spawn alternate universes, test their viability, and then absorb them into his multiversal empire. This would be a chilling evolution of the TVA's mission, turning it from a protector of the multiverse into its conqueror. Third, Doom's TVA would be a propaganda machine. In the comics, Doom's rule is bolstered by his cult of personality. Latverians see him as a savior, not a tyrant. A Doom-controlled TVA could broadcast his image across timelines, portraying him as the multiverse's only hope against chaos. TVA agents, equipped with holoprojectors, could spread Doom's gospel, ensuring that every reality knows his name. This psychological warfare would make resistance futile. Why fight a god who's already won? But could Doom really pull this off? The TVA's agents are loyal to their mission, and heroes like Loki and Sylvie would surely resist. True, but Doom's no stranger to opposition. In Secret Wars, he subdues even the most powerful heroes, using a mix of brute force, manipulation, and cosmic power. A TVA under siege from Kang variants and internal strife would be too distracted to notice Doom's takeover until it's too late. Before we wrap up, let's consider the stakes. A Doom-led TVA wouldn't just threaten the multiverse, it would redefine it. Every reality, every hero, every moment of free will would exist at Doom's whim. The MCU's heroes, from the Avengers to the X-Men, would face their greatest challenge yet. Not just saving the world, but saving all worlds from a villain who's already won. Ask yourself, if Doom controls the TVA, is there any hope of stopping him? We're almost at the end of this journey, but there's one final piece to explore. Is Marvel deliberately misleading us? The MCU has a history of using misdirection to keep audiences guessing. From the Mandarin twist in Iron Man 3 to the Skrull reveal in Captain Marvel, Marvel loves pulling the rug out from under us. Could the focus on Kang as the multiverse's big bad be another smokescreen, hiding Dr. Doom's true role? Let's recap the evidence. Loki Season 2 paints Kang as the architect of the TVA's collapse, with his variants threatening to tear the multiverse apart. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania doubles down, showing Kang as a formidable universe-conquering threat. But the Deadpool and Wolverine line about something worse, consuming timelines, throws a wrench into this narrative. Kang's dangerous, sure, but is he really the endgame? Or is Marvel using him to distract us from the real villain? Dr. Doom is the perfect candidate for this kind of twist. In the comics, he's a shadow player, letting others take the spotlight while he executes his plans. Unlike Kang, who's loud and ostentatious, Doom is subtle, calculating, and patient. If Marvel is building toward Avengers, Secret Wars, as many suspect, Doom's involvement makes sense. Secret Wars 2015 is his story, not Kang's. By focusing on Kang now, Marvel could be setting up a bait and switch, revealing Doom as the true mastermind when we least expect it. But why keep Doom hidden? For one, it builds anticipation. Doom is one of Marvel's most iconic villains, and his MCU debut deserves to be a game changer. Introducing him too early risks diluting his impact. By planting subtle clues, like the Deadpool and Wolverine line, or the rumored new TVA, Marvel can build hype without showing their hand. When Doom finally appears, whether in Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, or Secret Wars, it'll be a moment that shakes the MCU to its core. Second, hiding Doom protects the narrative. If audiences know he's behind the TVA's collapse, it spoils the surprise. By making Kang the obvious threat, Marvel keeps us invested in the current story while quietly laying the groundwork for Doom's takeover. This is classic MCU storytelling. Give us a villain we can focus on, like Loki in the Avengers. Then reveal the bigger threat, Thanos, when the time is right. Let's address the skeptics. Some might argue there's no direct evidence of Doom in the MCU. No cameos, no name drops, no clear connections to the TVA. That's a valid point, but it ignores Marvel's track record. The Infinity Stones were teased for years before their full significance was revealed. The multiverse itself was a background concept until Loki and Spider-Man No Way Home brought it front and center. Doom's absence from the spotlight doesn't mean he's not active. It means Marvel's playing the long game. There's another possibility. Doom's influence is already present, but we don't recognize it. In Loki, the TVA's obsession with Kang feels almost too convenient. Why are they so fixated on one villain, ignoring other potential threats? Could Doom be manipulating their priorities, ensuring they never look his way? The comics show Doom pulling similar tricks, like when he distracts the Fantastic Four with decoy threats while pursuing his real goal. If Doom is active in the MCU, he's likely doing the same, hiding in plain sight. So, where does this leave us? The TVA's collapse could be the first domino in Doom's plan to conquer the multiverse. Kang might think he's in control, but Doom's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. The clues are there, from Deadpool and Wolverine's ominous warning to the TVA's inexplicable vulnerabilities. The question is, are we ready for what's coming? We've journeyed deep into the heart of the Marvel multiverse, and the evidence is compelling. Dr. Doom could be the secret architect of the TVA's collapse. From the chaos of Loki Season 2 to the cryptic clues in Deadpool and Wolverine, the signs point to a villain who's smarter, more ambitious, and more dangerous than Kang. Doom isn't just reacting to the multiverse's collapse. He's engineering it, using the TVA's downfall to build his own empire. Let's recap what we've uncovered. The TVA's collapse is a perfect opportunity for Doom, creating the chaos he needs to seize control. His mastery of time travel, multiversal navigation, and deception makes him the ideal saboteur. Clues in Deadpool and Wolverine suggest a threat bigger than Kang, one that consumes timelines for its own purpose. A Doom-led TVA could transform the multiverse, curating realities for his battleworld and enforcing his rule. Marvel's focus on Kang could be a deliberate misdirection, hiding Doom's true role until the time is right. So, what does this mean for the MCU? If Doom is behind the TVA's collapse, we're heading toward a multiversal showdown unlike anything we've seen. Avengers. Secret Wars could be the stage for Doom's grand reveal, pitting our heroes against a villain who's already rewritten the rules of reality. The stakes couldn't be higher. Every timeline, every hero, every moment of free will hangs in the balance. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Doom is the mastermind behind the TVA's collapse? Or is Kang still the real threat? Are there other clues in the MCU we've missed? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this theory alive. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for more MCU breakdowns. We're just getting started, and the multiverse is full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. Until next time, keep your eyes on the timelines and watch out for Doom.